Hey, we're going to do guided whiteboards for 3.6, adding and subtracting radicals. So I'm going to write down a problem, and I'd like you to pause the video and give it a try, and then come back and I'll give you the answer. If you got the answer right, you can go ahead and fast forward to the next problem, and if you need some explanation, I will follow it up with some explanation. So here's the first one. Number one is 3 square root of 6 minus 4 square root of 6. So give that one a try. Your answer is negative square root of 6. You could have also called it negative 1 square root of 6. And the reason is because if we have the same thing inside the radical, we just treat it like a variable. So if we had 3x minus 4x, it would be negative x, and it's the same thing with this. 3x minus 4x is negative 6x. And then if there was something in the radical that you could simplify, you would have to do so, but square root of 6 cannot be simplified. All right, let's try another one. Try negative 11 square root of 21 minus 11 square root of 21. Pause it and give it a try. Your answer on this one should be negative 22 square root of 21. And if you put 0, I'm just going to remind you that you have 11 minus 11. You keep, change, and that's negative 22. So negative 22 square root of 11, and 22 cannot be, I'm sorry, square root of 21. 21 cannot be simplified. Okay, let's try another one. Negative 2 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 27. Give that a try. Okay, this one should be, I think, 7 square root of 3. So we have 2 square root of 3, and then sometimes these have to be simplified. So 27 can break down into square root of 9 and square root of 3. Square root of 9 is 3. So when we take that out of there, we multiply it. And so we have negative 2 square root of 3 plus 9 square root of 3. And then negative 2 plus 9 is 7. And then the square root of 3 stays there. Okay, number 4, 3 square root of 8 plus 2 square root of 2. Okay, this one should be 8 square root of 2, because our 8 breaks down into 4 and 2. And so we take that 4 out. Square root of 4 is 2, so we do 2 times 3, and we get 6 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 2, and then 6 plus 2 is 8 square root of 2. All right, number 5, negative 3 square root of 18 plus 3 square root of 8 minus, square root of 24. Okay, the answer to that one is negative 3 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 6. And this can't be simplified anymore because the radicals are different. So that's as far as it can go, just as if this was x and this is y. We could not combine those terms because they're not like terms. So this is why that works. So square root of 3, or I'm sorry, negative 3, and then 18 can break down into 9 and 2, plus 3, 8 breaks down into 4 and 2, and then minus 24 breaks down into 4 and 6. And I'm always looking to break it down into something where the one of the factors is a perfect square. So if you are not really familiar with the perfect squares, or if you're having a hard time going through them in your head, you can certainly write them down on the side of your page. So on this one, the square root of 9 is 3, and then square root of 2, it's not a perfect square. Square root of 4 is 2, so we're doing 2. And then the square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 6 is not a perfect square. So on this, I'm doing negative 9 square root of 2 plus 6 square root of 2 minus 2. square root of 6, and then these guys have the same radical, so negative 9 plus 6 is negative 3 square root of 2, and this cannot be combined with anything else. So that's where that answer comes from. Let's do one more. So number 6 looks like this. Negative 2 square root of 20 plus 2 square root of 8 minus 2 square root of 5. Pause it and give it a try. Your answer should be negative 6 square root of 5 plus 4 square root of 2. And here's why. Negative 2, my perfect square that comes out of 20 is 4 times 5 plus 2. 8 breaks down into 4 times 2. And then this one can't go anywhere because 5 is not a perfect square and doesn't have a perfect square as a factor. So I'm going to take out the 4, and square root of 4 is 2. So times 2, square root of 5, plus 2, square root of 4 is 2, minus 2 square root of 5. So this is negative 4 square root of 5, plus 4 square root of 2, minus 2 square root of 5. So here are my like terms, the ones with the same radical. I've got negative 4 minus 2. Negative 4 minus 2, keep, change, change, and that's negative 6. So I have negative 6 square root of 5 plus 4 square root of 2. Okay, please mark down anything that you have questions about so that we can do some more practice and get some explanation next class.